Hello, I'm going to show you a telepharmacy app. Using this app, a user can do a preliminary assessment where a chatbot function and also talk to a pharmacist without going down to the pharmacy store. I created this app using Flutter, which is a framework for developing cross-platform mobile applications. So as you can see, the mobile on the left side is an iPhone, right side, Samsung phone. So our app can be running on both platforms. As for the server side, Flask and Python are used. The database is SQLite. Okay, let's start with the sign up function. You can click on the sign up link here. All right. So there are two roles in the system, patient and the pharmacist. If you want to register as a pharmacist, tick this checkbox. For pharmacist, there is one additional field because the pharmacist ID is required. We have defined a list of pharmacists beforehand, which is this in our database. So only this list of people can register as pharmacist. You may have a question how to verify that. Verification code. So as you can see, each of them has been assigned a code. If, let's say, I register for Esther now, let me show you that. The ID is 0004, right? Esther. And password, just, all right. And register. Okay, so you can see here, screen is prompt for me to enter the verification code. If I randomly enter a wrong number, 11111, okay, verify. It will show me that this code is invalid. Okay, let me now type in the correct code, which is 554400, which is defined here again. All right, so let me verify that. Yeah, so now successful. Okay, so for patient, it's mostly the same, just there's no verification. That means everyone can register. Now proceed to login. So I first log in using a patient account, which is on my left side. All right, this Elon Musk is actually a patient account which I created previously. So I'm gonna log in. On the right side, Mary Esther is actually a pharmacist account. Let me log in as well. Okay, so on the top here is a hamburger button, which can launch a navigation driver if you click on that. Let me show you. Okay, so here it lists all the functions provided for patient and pharmacies respectively. And as you can see, the functions are actually different, right, for these two different roles. Okay, let's go through them. For patient, I want to show you this function first, profile, the second one. So here, you can actually save, some basic information about the patient, as well as the medical conditions, etc., etc. Just note that the data here is actually saved locally on the phone. All right, it's not on the cloud. That means if the app is uninstalled, the data is gone as well. This is because the customer actually has some, security or privacy concern, right? That's why we actually save the data on the phone. So if you click on the basic information here, you can save the name, the address, birthday, and gender. Let me make some change. For example, if I change this to Yishun Central and birthday change to 3rd. All right, then if I click on the Save Changes button, and if I go back, right, I should see the changes, right? You see the data has been updated. But once again, it's actually saved local on the phone, right? Medical conditions, it actually has a list of data, all right? You can actually add them into it. For example, headache. Okay, you click on the arrow here to add item into the list. And then you hit this button, click to save. All right, so the list should be updated as well, right? If you want to remove any item in the list, you can just click and hold, right? Then it's gone. Allergies here works in the same way. So you can actually add item here, all right, save, okay, it should be saved, all right. Transactions, okay, I will show you in a short while. Okay, in the next, I'm gonna show you one of the main functions, which is the chatbot function, so that the user can do some preliminary assessment. So we go to this assessment here. All right. So this is like interface for chatting. All right. In fact, the user is gonna talk to the chatbot, which is developed using Dialogflow. All right. So under the hood, it's actually Dialogflow, a chatbot. Okay. So now let's say I have some flu symptoms, so I want to do some assessment. I can type in flu. All right, so the bot actually responded with this message and two options. So it's asking, right, how long have been experiencing this. So I will choose this. And then it continues, right? Do you experience any of these, other symptoms? So based on your condition, you can select. All right. Have you tried any medication? Yes. Okay. So state the medication. I will tap Panadol. All right. So as you can see at this moment, the chatbot responded with a button which allows the patient to talk to the pharmacist. Okay. If the patient clicks on this button. On the other side, if you look at here, all right, remember, this is for the pharmacies, all right? So on the pharmacy side, you can see there's a notification triggered, right? And if you look at the notification message, all right, it shows the result of the preliminary assessment for that particular patient, right? So it notifies the pharmacist that, okay, a patient is trying to talk to you, right? You have a meeting invite. At the same time, it actually shows the the preliminary assessment result here. If you click on that, the notification as the pharmacist, it will bring you back to the app showing the result on this page as well. Okay, so this is again the same thing, the results of the preliminary assessment for that particular patient. All right, next, let's see the video conferencing feature, which is another main feature of this app. So as a patient, I can hit this button, talk to the pharmacist to join the meeting. All right, as you can see, once I have tapped on that, I'm sent to this meeting room. Now I'm waiting for the pharmacist to join. So for the pharmacist, after checking the preliminary assessment results of the patient, you can click on this proceed button. Then you'll be directed to this page where you can do some configurations before joining the meeting. One important feature is this recording, right? This might be important for some agency for the audit purpose. So if you want to record, you can just hit this green button here. Okay, so the recording has started. And then you hit the blue button to join the meeting. All right. So let me mute the voice. Okay. Yeah, so as you can see, the two parties, both of them have joined the meeting. Let me also turn on the camera for the patient side. All right, so now you can see both of them, all right, actually two me's, right? The left side is the patient perspective, the right side is the pharmacist perspective. And then, so they can talk to each other in this meeting. There are some additional functions or features that you can use, right? Once you click on this, button here. Okay. All right. Let me just stop the meeting. Okay. So after stop the meeting, the pharmacist can actually stop the recording by clicking on this yellow or orange button here. Right? Then the meeting recording has been saved locally on the phone. Where you can find it, let me show you. You go to files and then you go to this internal storage, movies, and it's saved here. All right, save here. Click on that, have a view. Okay. Yeah, so you can actually fast forward. Okay. All right, let's go back. The next, I'm going to show you a GPS function, which is useful for the user, the patient, to locate a pharmacy store. All right. So if you launch the navigation menu again and hit this GPS function here, it will direct you to a page where a list of stores have been shown, right? So this app is actually created for Unity Pharmacy in Singapore. So all the stores are actually the Unity Pharmacy stores. All right, it's a long list. And you can actually sort them by distance by clicking on this button here. Let me try that. Okay, so as you can see, right, it has been sorted, and because I'm currently at North Point City, so this is the nearest one for me. And if you want to, let's say I want to go to the one at Causeway Point, I want to find the way, right, to the, the store, you can actually click on the item here, and then a Google map will be launched showing you how to get there, all right, from your current location, which is North Point City for me. Okay, so this is the GPS function. All right, next I'm gonna show you this register order function. It means that during the conversation in the meeting, the pharmacist found out the patient may need some medicine. All right, then the pharmacist can actually help the patient to order the medicine online. But just note that medicine information is not saved in our app, but in a separate pre-existing system. But here in our app, the pharmacist can actually help to record down the order information for the patient to check. All right. So let me show you the function. Go to the navigation bar and click on this register order. All right, so it will direct you to this page. Here, you need to enter the username. In this case, it's the patient username, which is Elon Musk in this case. And the order ID, like I said, the order ID is actually generated by a separate system, not this one. So here we just record down. Let's say the order ID is SO6. All right, and symptom flu. All right. Date of issue. Let's say today. All right. Expiry date, which means the the last day that the user can collect the medicine. So let's say perhaps 30th, right? Okay. By the way, one thing to note is our system in the backend, we check the username whether it's existing, right? If it's not, let's say if I tap this, then hit the button, it should tell us, okay, the username doesn't exist, right? This is to prevent some, some human error. And okay, let's keep this correct, right? And update or upload order. Okay, now it's successful. So if you go back here, right, on the patient side, and you launch the navigation bar again, all right, then you go to the profile. Okay, you go to transactions. You will see this SO6, which we just created. If you click on that, okay, it will show you the the order ID and the details of the order, together with a QR code for the patient to collect the medicine. Okay. Lastly, the account management function, where you can actually change your password or delete account. Okay, so this is for patient. It also applies to the pharmacist as well. So it's the same function. All right, so that's all for this